Well, we're back, and I'm working on the Raptor again. Today, doing the Cobb Access tune. So, I've had this sitting here for a little while. Cobb sent this to me to put on my Raptor, and I just, I've been ridiculously busy. I also have their front mount intercooler, basically the whole stage 2. Down here I have the cold air intake. I need to replace it all, but first what I wanted to do before I did all that is I wanted to set this access port up without having any of that on. I want to see if I can feel the difference, see what the numbers are going to look like on it, kind of play around with it. Right now I'm running an AFE Momentum GT setup, which is basically full turbo pipes. It's got the AFE ADD front mount intercooler, so I'm replacing all of that. I'm not happy with it. Well, I wouldn't say I'm not happy with it. It does fine, but I think this is a cleaner look, and I've heard a lot better results with it. And being that I've had Subarus in the past and they were all Cobb tuned, they were phenomenal rigs for me. So I would just assume go with it on this. Cobb is the creme de la creme when it comes to this type of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of take this in steps. This is the first step to it. I want to see. I'm basically tuning wise. There's nothing on it. When I bought the truck, it had a tune, but somebody stole the tuner. I don't know if it was the transport company from when I bought it, or if it was the dealership that worked on it, or if it was the dealership I bought it from. Who knows? But there was a tune on it, and it drove incredible. It had a ton more power. And when I had to replace the steering went out on the 4th day that I owned it at, 17,000 miles? Way to go, Ford. I had it replaced, and they had to wipe out the ECM on it. So that brought me back to stock horsepower. So I imagine they're stock 450. I bet I'm, I don't know, close to 500 maybe? Probably not even, probably 500, because I do have exhaust, cold air intake, all that good stuff. But other than that, let's get this thing going. It's a really easy install. And after this is done, I'm going to install the front mount intercooler. I'm going to install the cold air intake from Cobb. And then we're getting goose tuned. That's right. More on that coming. It's a really easy install. It's actually just basically 2 steps. So I'm going to get this OBD2 connection. You just plug it into the bottom of this bad boy here. And then we're going to find our OBD sensor underneath the dash. And it's basically plug and play. So now that we have this, the instructions tell us just to, without the foot on the brake, press the ignition. Install the access port to your vehicle. Install to ECU installs the access port to the ECU only. Yes, so you're going to confirm that the vehicle matches. This is a Raptor Super Crew. Now the maps are loaded. So yeah, it's got quite a few things on here. So it's got anti-theft mode. We got stage version 105, 87 octane or 91. Wow, we have a lot here. How about we do the stage 2 with 91 octane. Oh yeah, I get it. It's just a bunch of warning. So this is basically telling you that you need to set up I've got a brand new battery. We should be good. I don't know how long this is going to take, but it calls for, it's a 10 amp car battery charger is recommended is what it's saying, but I think we should be okay. So we're going to back up factory data. Yes, we want that. So all the sensors are going crazy right now, turning it all off. So here we go. Ooh, it's making noises. Installation successful. Please turn ignition key to off position for at least 15 seconds before starting the vehicle. So we will do that. Now we wait 15 seconds.
A few moments later.
All right, so here we go. We are going to start it. it's got a bunch of different stuff here we can do. Measure acceleration performance, troubleshooting, which is awesome. I had a check engine light before I set this up. It's gone, and I know what that was for. I just needed to reset my codes. It was for a EVAP that I replaced, sensor. So we can tune more tunes, uninstall completely if I want to take it back to the dealership. So those dipshits don't know, which I'm sure they do anyways. Let me see here what we've got. Let's change the gauge layout here. 3 small digital, 2 small and bars, 1 small. So you got quite a bit different one here. 6 small digital gauges. Let's do this one here. Oh wow, we got all sorts of cool shit here. Let's go with the funnest one, boost pressure. Okay, we'll do an airflow mass, why not? And I'll play around with these a bunch here as time goes on. God, there's so many here. I love this. You did well, Cobb, you did well. Oh, here we go, why not? Estimated, actually let's do this. We'll go RPM, just do estimated horsepower. I think that's kind of cool. EVAP can purge, so that purge valve is what I just replaced, why I had my check engine light on. Man, this is badass. Wow, all sorts of shit for fuel. Let's do this, oil pressure. And then the last one. There's too many to choose from. Good Lord. All right, let's do vehicle speed because I know my speed's off right now. We'll see if this, let's see if this does anything. So this is basically just the first time of getting on it. I can tell a huge difference on this thing. But I don't have a lot of room to play out here on the island. So we'll just see. It's not going to be anything super impressive yet until I really get it out, but holy shit. Whew. Well, that's a bit of an improvement. That's great. Well, there's definitely an increase of power. That's for damn sure, because I could feel there we only hit what, 3rd gear, and it was slipping basically the whole way through. Obviously that's, you know, there's some loose gravel on there. It's an imperfect surface to be doing this on, and we're 2 blocks away from a cop shop, which is normally growing up, I found the most fucked up stuff that goes on is always close to a police station or a jail. People out here on the weekends just while out. There's a lot of places to go on the point. You go out there and all you see is burnout marks. I just passed a Mustang and a Charger, and they were doing burnouts right in front of 200 people that are over here at the brewery. People really don't give a shit. So I'm not too worried about it, but I'm also cautious because I don't like tickets. I haven't had one in about, oh man, probably going on 12 years now. I haven't even been pulled over. Knock on wood. I am very happy with the setup. Very happy. I cannot wait to get this thing goose tuned. I've heard a lot of insane reactions to having it goose tuned, that it's an incredible increase on top of the Cobb Accessport, that, you know, just the standard tune that it comes with. But the main thing I'm really stoked on is the TCM tune. So having this transmission shift better, because it's even shifting harder than it already was. Just from the factory, it kind of shifts a little bit hard. But to have that all tied together, we teamed up with Dirt King Fab. They're sending me some upper control arms. What else do I have? So we're trying to get a shock sponsorship to upgrade these to 3.0s, as well as the Power Wagon to some 3.0s or even a 2.5, something that'll be a little bit better on that, so that thing can kind of keep up with this. Because right now, he's actually running a factory suspension on that bad boy. and that's just not gonna hang with this on some back roads when I'm hauling ass. So we wanna get Christian's Power Wagon rolling and get that thing upgraded, get this to some 3.0s. Eventually I wanna turn this into a long arm suspension front and back, but I don't wanna do that until the Scout is done, because the Scout will be my replacement for this, to have like, you know, the rooftop tent on it. I'll sometimes put the tent on this thing, but I want this thing to just be an all-out runner, you know, family cruiser, but runner. And then I just picked up, God, I don't know why I do this to myself, but it was an opportunity I couldn't pass. I picked up a full-size Bronco, and we're gonna turn that into a race truck. So you guys get to see the full build from when I pick it up to finish. My goal with this build is to turn it into a full race truck so I can race the Mint 400 and maybe, I mean, this is a big maybe, but maybe the Baja 500 next year, so 2022. I'm gonna miss the Mint this year because it's, I mean, a month away, I think, 2 months away. That's coming. But anyways, thanks for hanging out. That was the little experience that we've had with Cobb here. And I'm excited. Huge shout out to Cobb for sending us all these parts. Now I have to go this next week. I'm going to install the front mount intercooler. I'm going to install the cold air intake and all the turbo piping that Cobb sent us, and then we're gonna run this again with a goose tune and see what the difference is. So I've got all the data backed up here and logged on what it just did, but I'm gonna take probably one more pass out on the freeway and really see what this thing has, let it get some solid data logging in, and then we're gonna compare it all again once it's tuned up. So stay tuned for that. No pun intended.